Hello YouTube and welcome to the nation of free to play. I'm Mr. Mondstadt and today, as you can see, the brand new Stygian Onslaught for Lunar version 4 is here, and boy, I can tell you that one was a different one. In this video I will share with you my clear on my F2P account. It's not really a guide though, because I can't really repeat it with other teams, but maybe it helps you in clearing all the same the fearless level. The bosses are the Whisper of Nightmares, so let's just call it Demogorgon, the Shock Trooper and the Pyro Crab. In this first clear I run Benefa, so Columbina and Inefa, together with Sucrose, and as the last slot I actually played Xylonen, which turned out better for me than like a DPS like Mavuika or Doran. Maybe that's skill issue, but maybe that's also because of the extra lunar reaction from Lunar Crystallize, which is why I chose to play Xylonen here and some extra rush red. In this rotation, as you can see, like I have pretty short rotations here and I try to skill slash burst every other rotation. Also Sucrose here is on Thrilling Tales, which I always try to give to Inefa. I know we don't have 100% uptime here, but it's better than nothing, as Inefa is kind of the main damage dealer in this team. So this boss is probably the worst one we've had in Stygian so far, like ever, because it's absolute pure lunar shill. And if you have a lunar DPS like Flint or Nefer, or you're gonna pull for Jibai, then you're probably gonna have a good time, especially in the best teams. But if you don't have them, it's really tricky. Even with Benefa on my F2P account, I struggle a lot. But again, that might be also a skill issue. I think if you have both Inefa and Columbina, you should be fine. However, having a DPS here really helps. And I could have waited until I have Jibai, but I tried hard and I really wanted to like clear it before that. Also, don't pull Jibai just for the Stygian, obviously. Like, if you like her and want to play her, then get her. I think she will help you here, but it's not worth pulling a character just for one level of Stygian. The problem is, if you don't have Luna, you're pretty much cooked and you really need a very good build and amazing gameplay to clear this one without any Luna characters, which I didn't even attempt in the first place. And yeah, after this last rotation it's close, but here we broke the shield and with that we defeated the boss. Against the Shock Trooper, we've had this one in Stygian once before with the exact same HP numbers, and I've cleared this before with this exact team, so my Skirk Elite team. So I knew it's doable, but this one was so annoying. I cleared it once on the PS5, but then I had to redo it to record. And this one took me like hours, I think, of resetting and shouting. But yeah, a lot of things had to come together for this to work out, because my Skirk is not on her usual build, but on a crit damage circlet, which means she only has like 51% crit rate. And yes, the weapon gives more and you have cryo resonance, but if she doesn't crit, well, then it's basically a reset. And if you don't get the buffs from Cinder City, it's basically a reset. And if you mess up a rotation or you don't have enough energy, it's a reset. And you can see that this is really annoying. And once you've broken all three of the shields, then the damage is pretty good. And we could deplete this trooper's HP by quite a lot. But the goal is to get it as far down that you basically only have to break one of the last three shields in order to meet the threshold and then kill him off. So as you can see here, this is the third rotation, and I think I can squeeze in one more before he will get his shields yet again, but then I won't have time to break all three of them again because the time will run out. So instead I try to get as much damage going as possible and stagger him a bit so you can delay the shield by a little bit. If you're really good in Overload or Freeze, you can probably delay it for the entirety of the run, but I couldn't. And here he only has like a sliver of HP left. So now he gets a shield and he's basically immune. I get my Farina buff, and now I had to pray that Skirk's burst will crit. And it did, and by that we could defeat this one. And then the last chamber, or the last boss, we have the Pyro Crab, the Emperor of Fire and Iron. This one is also very annoying. Luckily I do have an Viet, otherwise I think this would not have been possible for me. You can do it with Skirk, but Skirk was not available anymore, so yeah, you see the problem here. And what's happening here is I played Aino with Lauma and basically Hyper Bloom. Why Aino? Well, Farina would have been better, but Farina is in the Skirk team. And Xingqiu doesn't really work. I've tried that because Xingqiu applies Hydro through his normal attacks and Nervi is doing charge attacks. So Aino doesn't do much, but at least she's applying a lot of Hydro and I could give her Favonius to get some extra particles for the other characters. My approach here is to have as much uptime as possible, and Nervi mostly focuses on the small crabs because it's way faster to just use his AoE and target all the small crabs, because once they lose their pyro shield they will crash into the main boss, deal damage and also keep breaking his pyro shield. So this is the best strategy, to try to focus on the small ones, and only if the boss is down, like right here, then I try to target the Emperor of Fire and Iron. So this is the last run. Here you can see that he still has like 25% HP left and we only have 25 seconds. So I also had to reset this a bunch of times because Neviette without Farina isn't that great. And well, here we got him down the third time, and only here we had enough damage to break the last mini crab. And then that one crashed into it, dealt like 200k damage, which was enough to finally get rid of this crab. And here are my builds. Sucrose, as I said, is on TTDS, 4-piece Vivi of course, just EM, that's all. Then Constellation 2, Talents 166, but they don't really matter. Columbina, level 90, 54, 165, and Prototype Amber on Silken Moon Serenade. These are the pieces, overall not bad. I'm still farming the Morning Star set, C0 and Crown Skill. Then Xylonen, level 90, Flute of Espizal R5, 4-piece Cinder City, just defense and ER. And Constellation 0 as well, Talents 110-8. And Nefa is level 90, good ratio, the not quite craftable at R5. And right now still on Gilded Dreams because I'm still farming the Morning Star set. Talents 110-8. Then Skirk, as I said, it's a bit different. Usually I have more crit rate, but with this Event Sword from Natlan, we get more crit rate on her normal attacks if we are shielded, which is also why Zitlali is very important in this team. Then Farina is also not on her usual build, on Favonius here, and Tenacity just for the extra buff because the buff is more important than her personal damage in this team, Talents 1, 9, 10. Escoffier is on the Inazuma Torch, Golden Troop, and also at C0, of course, is all of my 5 stars, and then 198, and last but not least Zitlali. The stats don't really matter, it's just Thrilling Tales, Cinder City, and enough ER, even though I hardly bursted at all, so it doesn't really matter. Talents 188. And then last but not least, Neviette, level 90 of course, on Vitsith, just for the extra crit damage. 4-piece Marche, C0 and 10, 8, 8. Aino, level 70, just a bit of crit rate for Favonius to proc. 4-piece Silken. I don't think they're even maxed out these artifacts. Doesn't matter as long as she has enough ER. Talents 111. I haven't invested anything into her. Lauma, on the other hand, is on the event catalyst. 4-piece Deepwood and just as much EM as possible. C0 talents double crowned 110-10. And last but not least, this is EM Raiden, even though I could have opted for a bit more EM if I optimized her build a bit better. But basically just 4-piece Gilded Dreams and EM main stats, Talents 1, 6, 9, 10, but they don't matter here. So these are my builds, this was my clear. This was by far the most annoying Stygian Onslaught, I would say, like ever. Especially because of the Demogorgon and the shield of all 3 bosses combined. Yes, there are ways around it for the Shock Trooper. There might be ways around for the crab, but honestly it's very difficult without Neviette. I have no idea how to do it. If you have Skirk available, sure, but if not, it's really tight. and without Luna you're basically cooked on F2P level, which I think is not healthy for the game, and I really hope the next Stygian Onslaughts will be less chill and more like the last one, because the last one was actually quite fun and this one is actually quite frustrating. But again, like, this is my clear. I hope this helped you in some way. If so, please leave a like or subscribe to my channel, as it really helps out a lot in creating more content like this. And if you have any questions about your account and how to approach Fearless on your F2P account, which teams, which rotations, which artifact set is better, just leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. I'm always happy to help. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!